Today we are going to talk about volume of rectangular pyramids. A rectangular pyramid has a rectangle base, and so because it has a rectangle base, we use the formula for a rectangle to find big B, which was introduced during prisms. So an area of a rectangle, big B is going to equal your base times your height of the rectangle. So the height of the pyramid can be measured from the vertex straight through the pyramid to the base. Oops. It does not follow the length of the triangular face. So we have two formulas here. We have volume equals 1/3 big BH, which will be on your star chart, or volume equals big BH divided by 3, which is the one that I like to use, but I am going to do number 1 using 1/3 and number 2 using divided by 3, and then we'll decide what we're going to do on number 3. Okay, so here we have used the pyramids below to set up an equation to determine the volume. So as we learned yesterday, your first step is going to be to shade the base. I'm actually going to pick a lighter color to shade. So we're going to shade the base here, and then we're going to write our formula down. So formula equals volume equals 1/3 big BH. So this is where I said we're going to use 1/3 first just to see how it works. Okay, then we write big B and we solve for that. Big B is the area of the base. So this is the base right here, something that we just shaded. And so your side right here is 3.5. And then your other side right here is 8. So big B is the area of a base, which is a rectangle. So that formula is base times height. Big B equals your base of 8 times your height of 3.5. And then big B equals, 3.5 times 8. That's one number to the right of the decimal. 5 times 8 is 40. And then 8 times 3 is 24, plus 4 is 28. And then we bring one number back in, and that's 28. Okay, so that's the area of our base. So we go back to our original formula, 1/3, and in parentheses, I'm going to write 28 times the height of your prism. The height of your prism goes from the vertex, which is right here, down to your base. Your vertex down to your base, which is right here, forming that right angle right there. And so your height of your prism is 13. Okay, so here I would go ahead and multiply these numbers first before messing with the 1/3. Okay, so volume equals 1/3, and then we're going to multiply 28 times 13. 8 times 3 is 24. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. 0. 1 times 8 is 8. 2 times 1 is 2. Okay, and then we have 4 plus 0 is 4. 8 plus 8 is 16, and 2 plus 1 is 3. So 364. Okay, so here when we're multiplying a fraction by a whole number, we're supposed to take that whole number and put it over 1, and that makes it into a fraction. Okay, so you could do one of two things. You can simplify diagonally and see what number divides into 3 evenly that also divides into 364 evenly. Or you can just multiply straight across and we'll simplify at the end. So 1 times 364 is 364 over 3 times 1, which is 3. Okay, so then here, what does this line mean right here? That line means division. So we would have volume equals, and we would have to divide 364 by 3. 3 goes into 3 one time, minus 3, that's 0. Bring your 6 down. 3 goes into 6 two times, minus 6 is 0. Bring your 4 down. 3 goes into 4 1 time minus 3, which is 1 left over. So we're going to have to add a decimal 0 here. And 3 goes into 10 3 times minus 9, which gives you 1. And so that's actually going to be a repeater. So volume equals 121.3 repeater centimeters. And remember, volume is cubed. Okay, so that's using 1/3. And I like to use the other one, and I'll show you why. So we're going to use the other formula on number 2. Number 2, again, the first thing that we're going to do is shade the base here. Okay, and even draw the base outside of the problem, giving you a 12 and a 12 right here. Okay, so if we write the formula down, volume equals big B times H divided by 3. Then come over here and let's solve for big B. If we look at our base right here, it is a square. So we have our formula for area of a square, which is S squared. This is our side length. So big B, if I'm plugging in, our side length is 12, which is 12 squared. 12 squared means 12 times 12. Okay, so then 12 times 12, this is something we should know, is 144. So we're going to take this and plug it in to our formula. Volume equals 144 times the height of the prism. Remember, the height of the prism is that line that goes from the vertex. It goes from the vertex all the way down and forms that right angle. So the height of 18. And then divided by 3. Okay, so your first step is going to be right here. 144 times 18. 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 3 is 35. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 3 is 11. 0. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 1 is 1. Okay, so 2 plus 0 is 2. 5 plus 4 is 9. 4 plus 1 is 5. And then 1 plus 1 is 2. So volume equals 2,592 divided by 3. Okay, so this is why I say I like this problem, because if you notice, we're now at our part where we're going to have to divide here. And on this one, we had to do all of this to get to our division, right? Which is fine. You could do that. Or we can get straight to our division. So 3 goes into 2592. 3 goes into 25, 8. Okay, so apparently I just noticed that I stopped recording. I pushed pause at some point. So I'm hoping I got through all of this. 18 is our height here of the prism. We plugged that in and we multiplied 144 times 18 and got this. And then we had to divide 2,592 by 3 and we got this right here. Okay, and then so here we shade our base and find big B, which equals base times height. You get to pick what formula you want, which is why I want you to do this on your own and then press play when you have finished. I will be using big B H times 3, but no matter what formula you plug into, we'll still have the same height and the same answers for big B and the same answer for volume, okay? Okay, so you should have gotten 20.8 for big B. And then when you plugged in your height, that's that line that goes to the vertex to the base. So you should have gotten 9 in for your height. If you don't have those two numbers correct, press pause again and correct it and then finish your problem and press play when you have finished. Okay, and so 20.8 times 9 equals 187.2, and then 187.2 divided by 3 is 62.6 centimeters cubed. Okay, make sure you ask any questions that you may have.